Senator Dela Cruz.
Thank you, Madam President. And I want to thank all my colleagues who spoke to support the measure. You know, this body has been very patient and accepting of the Waterland Committee and the Economic Development Committee in coming up with a solution and at the same time addressing the concerns of the Public Land Development Corporation. And as a body, we said, okay, we're going to respond. And so we will soon see RIP on the PLDC. But what's our option? What's our opportunity? This is an opportunity to show that we're not giving up on Hawaii. You know, I really believe in Hawaii's potential. I don't really want to be in a position where we're going to be raising taxes or fees. Our middle class is taking so much of a hit. Every department comes in and they say, you know, we don't have the staff. We have so many programs that just don't have the revenue that it needs, especially in DLNR, DOE, University of Hawaii. Every place we're asking the departments, be more creative. We had a hearing a joint hearing, and every development corporation or authority came forward and said that they needed to be here because they facilitated economic development, that our current laws really don't allow them the flexibility, so they had to be created separately. You know, no one wants to do the hard work here of restructuring government. So instead of restructuring, we've created these exemptions. You know, it's easy to say, no, I'm opposed. But what's your solution for economic development? You know, we've talked about it for years when I was in high school. We're going to reverse the brain drain. We're going to diversify the economy. You know, I had a conversation this morning with the majority leader. His son is the same age as I am. His kids, his grandkids are in college, and there's no opportunity for them to come home. I mean, how serious are we really going to be about improving our economy and creating the opportunities for the future? So what we're doing here is we're limiting the scope. I mean, I've worked with many of you to try to limit the scope so that we can show what we're really talking about. Unfortunately, we can't explain everything in theory or in the abstract. So what we have here is a bill that sets 3 specific projects. And our committee has worked very hard in working with the counties to get them on board and get their support. You don't see one county saying, well, this is against home rule. That was a huge issue, especially as you mentioned on your opening day remarks. There are a number of us are from the counties that support the counties. The counties see this as a vehicle that they need so that they can get some things moving. You know, if we didn't have this vacuum for creating this public-private partnership, you wouldn't see things like the Renaissance program. You wouldn't see things like Harbors and Parks Authority. You wouldn't see things like 21st Century Schools. You know, the question was asked, why can't we do it already? Because we can't. So we have to create, this body should be the architects of the future, and we're creating something to allow this opportunity. So, you know, I thank everyone for their patience. I'm really excited to show Hawaii what we're talking about in the success of these 3 projects so that we can talk about expanding it later. Again, the changes, they don't include one exemption. Not one exemption. We're talking about 3 limited projects. We're talking about a 5-year sunset. So if for some things, you know, the worst fears occur, you know, it's going to be sunsetted anyway. It allows this body to revisit the legislation and say, is this something that we want to expand? You know, we've tried to address every concern. And so I really do wish that my colleagues who are standing up in opposition reconsider their position, because we have to give Hawaii a chance. Thank you.